Haven't they already demonstrated? Haven't they already demonstrated rockets in a vacuum, in a laboratory, on the ground? I mean, you can do that yourself. You can create a vacuum tube and put a rocket in it and watch what happens.
Guys, I've seen really good arguments and discussions on both sides. I really have.
Have you ever seen an experiment to show that when a rocket is put into a vacuum tube, like a bottle rocket, a very small rocket, put it in a vacuum tube, that when that thing goes off, it can't move because there's nothing to push off from? I mean, you know that no experiment has ever been done like that. If you do that experiment, the rocket will move.
I don't even want to even admit to that, honestly, because I do not know for myself. This is why I want to go up to the edge of space for myself with cameras all around, people talking to me for the whole 3 to 5 hour trip, and I want to see what the shape of this planet is.
How did you learn how to build rockets? Like, what's your kind of experience that way? My
background, I was a NASCAR fabricator. I single-handedly revolutionized NASCAR. Single-handedly, okay? And I just taught myself, and I learned about how air moves around things. And then I've been fortunate to meet some other people that's very well versed in this, and I've taken their advice, and this is where I'm at.
Well, what's your plan, like, as far as like your launch date, and walk us through kind of how you're going to get up there, and then your descent, like how are you going to get back?
Well, when we come back, of course, we would let the rocket would fly away from me. And come down to its own parachute. This is when I get up to the Kármán line, and then I would come back down. Like I said, this would take 3 to 5 hours to accomplish this.
So at
what's
some
the launch
point,
date?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
What's your launch date?
Well, my launch date for this upcoming rocket launch, which is a steam rocket, is this Tuesday, and you can view it on Noise TV. It will air it live. It'll start broadcasting, I believe, Monday afternoon, and it'll last all day Tuesday. And this is just to raise awareness for my plan to go into space.
Okay, so this rocket
and it launches a lot of. Yeah, and this is not to prove nothing.
Okay,
See, Washington Post is the one that screwed this up. And Washington Post, I wouldn't read that newspaper. It's the last newspaper on the planet. And the one twisted this. Well, it's owned by Jeff Bezos. You know that, don't you? Okay, with Amazon. Yeah. And it started out to be a 4-page thing of the Democratic Party in 1877. So, like I said, I researched a lot of stuff. And I just, another one screwed this story up. I never said I was going to wanted to prove the flat Earth with this. That is ludicrous. And the people reporting this across this planet is ludicrous.
Okay, well, then what then is the goal?
Exactly, because I think that's where there's confusion there on this particular launch.
Well,
people were saying this is your demonstration of flat Earth, and what you're saying is
I never said that.
Right. For you're saying it seems to be, and I hate to use the term publicity stunt, but something to raise awareness for your future upcoming, where you want to get like 62.5 miles above the Earth, right?
Yeah, well, that's the one I'm talking about. The ultimate goal, the 62-mile thing. What's the purpose of that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this was just to raise awareness, and it's stated in a November 20th article that came out with the Associated Press, which went everywhere. I think it went into 10 countries. Every major newspaper, radio stations were calling me everywhere in this country, want to interview me. And I did a BBC interview 2 weeks ago that I think is one of the most watched interviews ever online. And it was just to raise awareness because I do other things with my life. The flat Earth is the smallest part of my life.
It shouldn't be any part of your life. If you don't mind my saying it shouldn't be, because what you're doing is...
I understand it. I understand that, see? I understand the reasoning behind that. But I just couldn't dismiss it. I still can't dismiss it. And I want to go up for myself with my own eyes.
What does it take to dismiss it?
Me going up.
So it is. The purpose of the flight to 62 miles up is to prove the flat Earth.
Well, yes, that's what it would be for.
Or to disprove it. I mean, are you willing to say if you did do that, going up to 62.5 miles on the Kármán line, and you saw a curve, would you note it to people? Would you tell everybody?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I had no agenda except to be free and just free other people from all this government intervention. That's the only agenda I have.
Once that happens, right? And so you get up there and you see the curvature of the Earth. Let's say you bring a what is it? A GoPro.
No, you can't use GoPro. It would be cameras all around this thing. There'll be cameras on me, and people will be talking to me on the way up and on the way back. This will be the most historic event in mankind history.
Really, landing on the moon is second to you?
That never happened. It can't happen. We can't do it.
All right, so when you get up there and you see the curvature of the Earth, then you'll realize that other people have already been higher than you?
Oh, yeah, I guess the space shuttle's been up to something like 360-something, 360.
And you'll realize that once you realize that the Earth is curved and that rockets can go to space and that people can go to space and that people with more money than you have gone higher than you, then they've also gone to the moon.
No, I cannot. I cannot make myself believe they would ever go to the moon.
Why?
They can't.
Why?
Because they can't go today.
Well, they can, and they're doing it again, but why can't they?
No, who's doing it? Who's doing it right now?
China
Who's doing it right now?
They're scheduling another moon trip.
Yeah, well, let's see that one.
We already saw that one a few times, but I'm still asking the same question. Why do you say they can't do it?
Well, this is a lot longer discussion than what we have for today. I just called in because of my upcoming launch, and if people want to view this on Noise TV, and we're still launching a man and a rocket, and it's built in a garage, and it's being launched in the back of a motorhome. I mean, this is...
Oh, it's a technological feat, absolutely, and I wish you the
and newsworthy.
It's very newsworthy,
and newsworthy.
Please be safe.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the problems you had earlier. I know you had some actuator problems, and I know that you had to sit on that rocket for how long before they took you off?
That was scary.
Yeah, so I mean, please, but we don't want to see you get hurt. We don't want to see anybody have to die for a cause, right? So please make sure that you are doing this safely, and it's not just for an exhibition or not just for raising awareness or whatever. It is safety first, because we have a huge concern about your own well-being for this.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
I'm nervous for him, and I'm not even riding the rocket.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you should be. My heart rate before I got on the rocket last time, I think, was 142/80. So I was relatively calm, which surprised the EMT. They want to check on my vitals before I got in the rocket. So, it's a tough thing to make you do that. But to me, it's important. We want people to believe that great things can be done again and achieved by.
You mean like going to the moon?
Going anywhere. I mean,
so you want people to believe?
Car.
You want people that can do great things like going to the moon?
Well, what I like. What was about going to the moon, and I want to explain this to people. Okay, and then I got to go after this because I got a lot to do in the next 2 days. Sure. That is, in the late '60s, everyone in this country thought anything was possible. Okay, we were going to the moon. We had Woodstock. We had the arts were exploding. Everything was exploding. Music was changing. We had cool cars. We had cool movies coming out. Okay, and then people thought great things could happen. I want people to think that again. I want people to have that feeling again, and we don't.
Well, I certainly applaud that. I share that enthusiasm entirely.
Yeah,
we all do.
Agreed.
Yeah,
that's a good note to.
Yeah.
That's a good note to end it on, I think.
I think as well.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for your time. You've been very kind. I mean, I appreciate your time. Everyone's very, very well versed and knowledgeable. That's what I appreciate.
Hey, man, good luck to you on Tuesday.
And we definitely thank you. Thank you. You have been more than gracious with your time, and we do appreciate it.
Oh, no, thank you. Yeah, thank you. And I wish everybody the best, okay?
And to you.
As always, our biggest thanks is saved for you, our listeners, for your unbelievable support over the past 2 months. Our audience continues to grow, and we couldn't be more humbled by your comments and interest. We do this show for you guys, so any feedback, comments, and criticism is absolutely welcome anytime. You can tweet us at nonsecshow, and that's NONSEQ show.com. Also join us each Wednesday and Sunday for Ad Hominem Live, our new update and debate show streamed in real time, so you can come in, interact, hop on the chat with what's coming up on the show, and listen to live debates every Wednesday and Sunday at 9 p.m. on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/non-sequitur show. Also remember that on April the 24th at 6 p.m. we will be joined by Matt Dillahunty for another discussion on a positive influence in society today. And upcoming shows, debates, and future guests, or how you can support the show, please visit www.nonsecshow.com. That's NONSEQ show.com. The Go is brought to you by the Geek Room Podcast, streaming live Wednesdays and Saturdays on their YouTube channel. 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, but I told them they just didn't understand life. A quote taken from John Lennon. Be bold, dream on, and never hide.